going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today I'm going to give my quick review on a movie called Samaritan. And this film stars Sylvester Stallone. It is on Amazon Prime. It's been out for a while. I'm very late. The party's been over. I'm not only late to the party is over. I'm just showing up to an empty house right now, but that's okay because I just checked out this movie. I happened to check it out. It's probably a film I would have checked out in theaters, but it dropped on Amazon Prime. I don't have Amazon Prime. I had to wait until I got an opportunity to watch it. I watched it on my brother's account, and I overall enjoyed this movie. I think it was pretty damn fun. The first half I thought really kicked ass. I thought the first half was really building up to something awesome. So in this story, you have two twin brothers who get in a fight. They both have superpowers. One is known as Nemesis, one is known as Samaritan, and legend has it that Nemesis kills his brother Samaritan, but there are rumors that Samaritan is still alive somewhere in the city, and the city is called Granite City, which is a really cool name for a city in a superhero universe. So Sylvester Stallone plays this guy who's like a totally recluse, totally antisocial, just wants to be left alone. He's a garbage man and everything, and this little kid who's kind of getting bullied, he's having some problems, comes across him because he lives nearby, and he thinks that that's freaking Samaritan, dude. This is Samaritan. And then they kind of grow a little relationship. Not so much that Sylvester Stallone's character is really interested in hanging out with the kid. The kid follows him around, and it's funny. They have really funny moments, and it's really, enjoyable. The first half of this movie is super enjoyable as he tries to get Samaritan, or get Sylvester Stallone to admit that he's Samaritan, during the first half of the film. Meanwhile, this kid Sam starts hanging out with some in gang culture a little bit, starts to get himself into some trouble, into some problems. And Sylvester Stallone's character's got to come save him a few times and get into some epic fights, epic moments where they think this is an old man, dude. These gang members like, look at this old man here who could take him. Yeah, good luck with that. So there's some awesome moments like that, some awesome sequences, all I think around the first half of the film. The first half of the film, I thought this was going to be amazing. And you can kind of already tell the second half wasn't as good in my opinion. But overall, very solid, very fun movie that I would highly recommend. That's my overall thoughts on that. As far as the second half issues, it gets a little bit wacky, a little bit crazy at the end, and some things happen. And if you watched enough of my reviews, you might know I'm not one of my pet peeves in movies is when there are very horrific things going on, people's lives are in danger, and they're still jokey, laughing, and not taking it serious. And I can get it sometimes if the person is someone who's been in these situations and they're a professional and they're whatever, they know how to keep their cool. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this time a little kid, 12, 13 years old. I don't know how old he was. I forgot. Maybe 13 years old. This little kid is, fire everywhere, death everywhere, and still not laughing. And the thing is, these are unrealistic moments. Like, could you make him cough a little bit? Can you make him a little bit scared looking? Can you make, things like that I just give some tension, get some tension to the scene, It's not all jokey all the time. And that's not how things should get. I mean, yes, I love the humor in this movie, but it's like at some point you got to back off that, make some stakes, make stuff serious. And make stuff realistic. I mean, this guy is in a room with Sylvester Stallone. Literally, the whole place is in flames. In flames everywhere. I mean, I've never seen so much fire in my life. So, number one, you don't survive in that. I mean, you start choking, you start coughing, you can't breathe. There's no oxygen, right? I mean, you can't breathe in that environment. He's laughing, talking, everything's fine. Come on. And secondly, just the ending and the way they presented everything, and the final fight, and this supposed twist that wasn't really a twist because it was pretty clear, pretty obvious. All that, okay, not that great. He didn't really have a worthy adversary. He didn't really have a worthy villain to go against. He did go against some guy, but unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, that guy was just a human being. He did have a weapon that allowed, but that guy's so tough and strong. I was like confused, like, does this guy have superpowers? I still don't really know. Maybe he did, but I don't think so. I think he was just a dude. Not that he sucked in general as a bad guy. He was a pretty despicable guy, and he was a good villain against the kid, maybe, kind of. Not that the kid would do much against him, but I'm just saying, as far as just, a guy you can hate because of the way he treats the kid and everything, the way and his whole attitude, his whole lifestyle. Sure, and things he says, yeah, you can hate, you can dislike this guy a lot. But he's not a good villain against Sylvester Stallone as a superhero, dude. I mean, come on. So that's all I'm saying with that. And just the end got a little corny. Got really corny. Pet peeve. Pet peeve. Really, really rough at the end. That said, because most of the movie was really solid and I really enjoyed it, I could get through the end. I could get through the last 10, 15 minutes and say, you know what, that was pretty fun. I wish they did a little better job, or shall I say something that fits my taste a little more at the end. Some people maybe won't mind. And I think the overall story, they could have been done better. Like that twist that they had should have just not even been a twist. It should have just been part of the story the whole time. That would have made the movie a lot better too. But they decided to go with that. I think they think we're stupid. You know, it's not the worst, most obvious twist in the history of cinema. I mean, it's not like Jigsaw, Book of Saw. Remember that movie? Oh my gosh, I knew who the killer was in the first 10 minutes of that movie. And those movies are specialized in their twists and how awesome the twists are, the Saw franchise. So that movie really pissed me off. But this one wasn't that big a deal. I knew it was going to happen. It was pretty obvious, but it's fine. So overall, look, this movie, I'm going to say it's good, not great. But it is good. I think it's good. I think the first half is great. But overall, I think the second half brings it down to a good, not great, in my opinion. I would recommend it. Let me know what you guys think, though, in that comment section. If you've checked out Samaritan, I really would appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Tonight, Megan, I'll have my Out of the Theater review. We'll talk to you then.